Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to pick up exactly where I left you in the last video. So I'm going to show you the images from last week where I did a lot of blue hour photography, and by the end the blue hour was over. I had enough material to cover a real full episode. So in this video I'm going to pick up right here with this gorgeous view where I left you last week, and it's not going to be disappointing, I can promise you that, because I had a cracker of a morning here. So I switched to the 40 to 150 because I want to get a little bit closer to my compositions. Fantastic soft light at the moment, and I have to wait every time because I'm just taking these high-res shots. I want to get as much of that dynamic range in. Now it's quite difficult, and the sun is now getting behind the clouds there, but it looks fantastic. So I'm just gonna take a couple of shots only of those tree tops there, and then the sun rising through that cloud there. Wow, absolutely amazing. It's a shame this tower isn't 1 meter further to the right, because the best shot is a little bit further to that side, but I'll just take this. And the fun thing actually is that the best thing about mornings like this, look at the other side here, absolutely ridiculous. But the best thing is that when you drive out here and you have a sort of a plan in your head, like I might do this or I might try that, and then you get here and it just works. You know, that place with the little lakes that I was in last week's video, I'll put a link up here, it's just maybe 400 meters to that side. But I just don't want to go to the same spot every time. So it's going to be interesting for you. So I'm going to take some more shots here. So the sun is already too bright to get a shot straight towards the sun with the sun in it. But the light on that side is just ridiculous with all those tree tops there. So I'm not going to waste that. I'm just going to put on a bigger lens. You know, it's actually quite difficult to say if those images that I'm shooting right now are working. You know, there's so much atmosphere, but it's so difficult to see a composition. at least a composition that I like. Now I just found this shot, and I think it's gonna end up like a 16:9. You see, I just like that all those trees are separated from each other. Now if I go a little bit to the left, so let me show you. You can see that these trees here are starting to intersect. So I don't really like that. So I was just carefully positioning myself here. And I think it's gonna be something like this. I can't go too much to the right because then this little dead tree there intersects with that tree. And maybe it's just too much, you know. Maybe it's too much, and maybe I'm trying to get too much into the image. But I'm always so minimalistic, and I just want to do something different. I want to get more, if that makes any sense, you know. So I think this is it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this shot? Is it working or not? I have no idea. It might be nice as a black and white, because the sun is behind a cloud. That's pretty nasty. I think a couple of minutes it will be higher, but I think the best of the light is gone then. So choices. Well, I've made my choice. I'm going back down. Hopefully I can still use a little bit of that nice light when I'm a little bit lower on the ground. So yeah, looking on this side also, just look at all this magic here. You know, you don't need much to get some nice images, you know, just a little bit of fog in a really small area. This isn't that big, but the fog changes everything. So as you can see, I'm walking back down again. I looked on the other side, but there was just nothing of interest there. Nothing interesting enough. But maybe when we go down, we can find some more shots. I have no idea. So at least I'm happy that I tried something different. And what I think was the worst about that last image that you've seen, you see they cut down a large piece of this header here, and it just doesn't look that nice in my photos. So I tried to avoid getting that into my frame, but don't know if that really worked. I don't know, I just found this shot here. Just look behind me, you can see this path leading towards that tree here on top. But there's not enough fog anymore behind it, so I can't really isolate this left tree, which is quite a shame actually, because it looks quite nice. But there must be something more here. Just look on the other side. But the light is so hard. You know, the sun is already up quite high, and now that fog turns into a giant white box. That is real difficult to handle in photography. And I'm just questioning myself, what's the best thing? Am I going to walk away from the sunrise, or am I going down into this forest towards the sunrise? Because that's probably where I'm gonna get thousands of light rays. But I don't know if that's what I'm searching for. Oh, choices. I think I'm gonna go to that secret lake over here. There's a lake in the forest here that I discovered a while ago that no one actually knows is there. But it might be really nice at the moment. Let's do that. I think it's this way. Hopefully that will work. So I'll leave this open area alone. I think I got enough shots here. Hopefully that those trees will soften the light a little bit. So yeah, happy with today until now. I don't know if you think the same, but Let me know in the comments. Sometimes we just make decisions that just don't work out. I know a lot of you think that everything I think of works, but I can tell you it definitely doesn't. You know, you can see behind me that there is still some fog, but there are different types of fog, and somehow there's this annoying type of fog that somehow stops at the edge of a forest. And that's the kind of fog that we are facing today. So I made the wrong choice to leave that open area. And I just walked around there. There's no light, no animals, no ducks. It just wasn't that interesting. So I'm gonna try and see if I can find something else. But it might be possible that you've already seen the last image of today. Not quite sure, but still gonna walk around, see if I can find something else, but it's getting more difficult every minute. So not a choice, you know, where to go. 4 ways. I don't know. Maybe I'll go this way. Never been there. Never know what to find, so let's see. Okay, I might have found something interesting. It's just a path with a bit of moody atmosphere, but somehow I got attracted to it. Let me try to show you. You can see that I just like these trees on the right here, and then this path leading towards that side. And there's actually some light coming through at the moment because the sun is exactly up there. So I think within a minute, when the sun is appearing again, there will be a couple of light rays coming down on that path. So it might be worth waiting here for a couple of minutes. I don't know. This is an open area that I have never been before. Never seen it, never walked here, never noticed it on the map. So yeah, quite interesting. Some gnarly trees like the one behind me here. But I need more fog for this one, and the fog is already reduced quite rapidly. So I'm just waiting for this shot. Might turn out as a black and white because there's not much color in it, but there is a lot of mood and atmosphere in it, and that's what I was attracted to. So just making sure that nothing is overexposed, aiming about 1/3 into the image because the back doesn't have to be in focus. And it's just those leading lines leading towards the end that I think work. So yeah, there's the light that I was hoping for. So it's not light rays, but it is some nice atmospheric light. Okay, I found something really interesting here that immediately caught my attention, and let me show you, because this is something that I don't come across that often, you know. But just to explain, let me explain to you on this side so you can see what I'm talking about before I start making a movie. You see, there is a real gnarly tree over here in the bottom. And that forest in the back is completely covered in fog. So you have a dark forest with fog around it, and then this one very strange looking gnarly tree in front of it. And there's all kinds of mosses and greens on it, but the contrast isn't that high. So I'm actually hoping for a little bit of sunlight to come through and just hit a little bit of that tree, just to give me a bit of contrast in those branches. And if it's gonna work, I think it will be a real nice shot. So let me show you. It's all about this tree over here. And you can see that it really stood out of its background. And just look at those branches. It just looks amazing. And it only works because of this fog, or else it would be completely invisible in that background. So I'm gonna try to walk a little bit around it, see what angle is the best with all those branches. And I think I'm not gonna take the whole tree. I think I'm just gonna focus on the center of that tree. So the trunk and then the side branches with all those green covered on it. So let me show you here. If I just position myself where I was just a minute ago and just look at this branch on the right side, you know, before that dark background. So now we're going to walk a little bit further to the left here. So it's about 5, 6, 7 meters, something like that. Went a little bit too far now. I think it's something like this. So now let's look at this tree again. Can you see that that branch is now positioned in between an open section, and there's much more contrast between that branch and the background. And I'm actually not quite sure what I like most, if I like that dark background or if I like that more open background, that you have more contrast. So I'm going to show them both to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, pretty happy. I still found this a little bit late on the morning. Yeah, absolutely great. Beautiful tree. Love it. So can you see those silver birches there on the other side of the water? Now this is actually the tree that I started out with this morning. So I shot it from over there towards that side. Now approaching from the other side, and I'm seeing these silver birches with that beautiful reflection in that moody, foggy water. So perfect shot. I'm going to take it with the 40-150 and only isolating that section, and it's going to be a real abstract, real moody abstract shot. So yeah, I hope it's going to work. This is it. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. You know, there is still a lot of mood and atmosphere around, but you know, I have some other commitments this morning. Unfortunately, because I can walk around here for another couple of hours and search for some shots, but I think the best is gone at the moment of the light. So what we're left of is, yeah, real soft light that's not that photogenic. But I think I got a couple of real nice images. Let me know in the comments what you think of the images. I always like to engage with anybody here watching this channel and commenting. If you didn't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Weekly new videos with on locations like this, or tips and tricks, or editing tutorials. Everything comes by, but mostly on location. That's what I love to do, show you how I see these images, how I capture them. Yeah, that's what this channel is all about. So if you subscribe, then I hope to see you in the next video. And if you already subscribed, then thank you very much for all your support. Remember, my calendar for 2025 is still on sale in my web shop. There's a link in the description. If you want to support the channel, consider buying it, and you have another nice piece of my photos on your wall. Worldwide shipping, so don't worry about that. And there's also a Buy Me a Coffee link. A lot of people ask me about it, so I made a Buy Me a Coffee account. I don't drink coffee, so buy me a water or a piece of pie, or someone actually noticed a piece to buy this lens for myself. So this is still on loan from OM System. Hopefully I can buy it one day, and yeah, that would be really nice. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you back in the landscape again next week somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, we're approaching the beautiful autumn and I'm looking forward to it. See you then. Bye bye.